Hello, Just Too Good here, and the LEGO Disney Castle Summer 2023 release has been revealed. This release is on July 1st for VIPs, and this will retail for $400 in the United States with a total of 4,837 pieces and 8 minifigures. The design of this in many ways is a remake to the 2016 LEGO Disney Castle set, which was $350. My main question is this better than that 2016 set, which is very nostalgic to me? It came out during freshman year, and it's right next to my bed. But since it's been on display for quite a couple years, I'm missing pieces from it. It has water damage, so I need to figure out if this one's worth the purchase. Since the 2016 version is so archaic, that's the one without the translucent background. So in the video, when you see the white background for a castle, that's going to be the 2016 one. The one with a translucent background is the new one. So the interior is completely different, but there's two major differences that I'll get to first, and that's the exterior. The exterior has a different color scheme than the one from 2016. These are both based off of the Disney World Castle, which is based off the Cinderella movie in a way. Now, I believe it was around 2020 that the Disney Castle was repainted in Disney World to fit this slight rose pink color, and this is captured with this new set. Much of the towers lean into this color scheme, and there's a lot more pearl gold this time around, as well as using a brighter blue for the castle spires. Also, for the wall, which was previously this gray, it uses more of a sand blue design. With that original 2016 set, there's also a lot more tan and white. The original 2016 set had fireworks, but they were just these really crappy stud shooters. The new set has brick-built fireworks popping out, which remind me of some of the ones used in Lunar New Year LEGO sets. Also, the new 2023 castle has a flag at the very top, an aspect missing from the original one. One thing I like that LEGO got rid of are those really gross 16x4 wedge pieces from the original, now resorting to a much more intricate brick-built cylindrical wall for that base area. And with this new one being a bit more colorful overall, I like the plant life and lake at the front there, where the original one had very little green details at the front for nature. Instead, this one has some bases that have that green design, as well as some blue plates. I think that adds a lot, even though it's just a small part of the build. The front entrance also has curtains this time around. I also think the wall to the far right is much beefier and just looks better in the new one. So for this first section of the exterior, I'd say this design is better if you ask me. It's a much more intricate design, and the colors just pop out more and make it a more distinguished build to look at. And yeah, you would think I'd go to interior next, but I'm a minifigure person. Let me talk about the minifigures. This is a drastic difference between the two. In the original set, we had Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, and Tinkerbell, 5 minifigures. There are also the statue figures, which don't appear in the new one, so maybe you could even say 7 figures, but I don't really count those. And then the new one, you have 8 with Disney princes and princesses. Neither set had, say, every Mickey's friend, nor every Disney princess with this new one, but the selection for each are very interesting. This new Disney Castle has our first ever minifigures for Snow White. Whoever the heck is Snow White's prince's name, I mean, this straight up looks like Ash and Flash, so I'm gonna call it Ash and Flash. Prince Ash and Flash, yes. And then also our first minifigure for Cinderella, which you'd think the original 2016 one would have Cinderella since it's her castle, but they never did, nor did they ever have a Cinderella minifigure until this set, which just blows my mind. Our first ever Prince Charming. Our first ever Nadine, which is Tiana's prince. Tiana is the same one from the Disney CMF Series 3, aka the Disney 100 series that released in May. I mean, in the movie, she does have a blue dress variant, so that's kind of annoying that they didn't go with a slightly different variant, but whatever. As well as our first ever minifigure for Rapunzel, as well as Flint. Now, you could see each of the alternate faces for these minifigures, and for the most part, these are new and exclusive prints loaded up. Again, there's a single reprinted character, which is Tiana from the latest Disney series, but other than that, each character at the very least has an exclusive torso. But take a look at all of these new face prints. I think the only one that has a reprint is Prince Ash and Flash. Yeah, that face has been used before, but the design of that character, again, has just a great torso print that's new and great leg printing. I mean, I'm sure I've made the mistake, and there's probably one other face print that's like reused here between Tiana and Prince Ash. But beyond that, I really adore the designs of these figures. I mean, look at the side arm printing of Snow White. She uses her hairpiece previously used for Mini Doll Snow White, which is the same case with Rapunzel. I mean, I think both of those hairpieces fix. I'm just like a stickler where I'm like, I wish they were hard plastic instead of this hard rubber. It's not a big deal. Love the side arm printing on Rapunzel as well. Love the dual molded legs on Flynn Rider as well as Prince Ash. Nadine's big ol' smile is sick, and I like both face prints for Flynn. And this actually includes a new hairpiece, which you know I'm a sucker for new hairpieces. See, Cinderella uses a different one than her mini doll, which I never loved the use of that hairpiece for Cinderella's mini doll. I think it's a great piece. It just never really fit the character in my opinion, so that's really nice. I have seen complaints from the leaks of this set that, hey, they should have included Belle and Beast, or even Sleeping Beauty and whoever the Sleeping Beauty prince is. I don't really mind. I mean, yeah, Belle and Beast are kind of a sore spot, but they already included 8 minifigures with 1 reprint, which is just Tiana. I'm kind of glad with those 7 new figures that we never got in minifigure form before. Again, some reprinted prints here and there, but not a big deal overall. Love, love, love a lot of the new prints with these figures. I mean, it is a bit strange that this flagship set doesn't have Mickey Mouse, but there's so many other sets with Mickey Mouse on the market. Whether it be Disney 100 sets or Mickey and Friends sets, it's totally okay if you ask me. And Mickey, of course, came in the original set along with Minnie, which they had exclusive outfits along with Daisy and Tinkerbell. Donald Duck was the only reprint from a CMF. I kind of find it funny how both sets have a reprint from the Disney CMF of that year, whether it be Donald Duck or Tiana. But I mean, this is 8 minifigures versus 5 minifigures. That's 3 more minifigures for a $50 price increase. I don't know, I think that's a better deal with this set. Yes, they should have thrown in more characters like the leak indicated, but that leak was wrong and we just got 8. I'm very satisfied with the minifigure selection of this set though. So, another win for this set. I think this has a better minifigure selection. Finally, let's look at the interior of this new set and then figure out if it's better than the interior of the older set. Well, kind of like the front, I think the newer set's interior pops out. This has a lot more colorful rooms and stickered references as callbacks to 100 years of Disney's animated legacy. And the design of this new one has basically the same amount of rooms. I guess you could count it as 9 rooms versus the original 8, but that's really not a big deal. The ballroom floor now has a spinning feature, which can be activated with that cog at the bottom. And the design, I really like the panels at the back there, which are some really cool stickers. One for each of the princesses of this set. I like how they have one for every one. Again, a sticker though. More references include, well, to the right outside, again with this one capturing a greenery detail for some scenery at the sides. There's now the Pocahontas leaves, as I call them. And peering from the back here, this really gives us a look at how this new one is just a bit more spacious with the exterior. The original one barely had an exterior grounds. This one actually has this exterior grounds with those Pocahontas leaves, as I call them. The design to the left over here has this really nice Mushu reference, which we need a Lego Mushu, dang it. Heck, if you count that, that's 10 rooms actually. I like the neat Sword in the Stone reference. The original one just kind of had a magic carpet reference hung on the wall there. This one still has a kitchen as well with some details there. The dining room of this new one feels slightly more spacious, and I really like this chandelier in the new one's top. Then right above that, instead of having some references to the Sorcerer's Apprentice segment of the Fantasia movie, instead we have Aladdin lamp, the rose from Beauty and the Beast, And then a poster with Maui on it, which that's kind of cool as a tile for a newer movie. Of course, the last set came out right before Moana came out. There is still a mop in this set, the 2023 version. It's just at the bottom floor. The room to the left is actually leading into Rapunzel's room, which that exterior has that nice mural painted on there, and you also have some painting gear as well. The original one had the Sleeping Beauty spinning wheel. Now that detail is found right above. There's a hidden room on the other side with this part spinning. And then to the right there, you also have a bedroom, just like the original one had in a similar section. I like the purple that pops out here more than the original one's brown, because so much of the interior back had those brown designs. It just pops out much more. Like I said, this interior of this new one just is a lot more colorful. The mirror section for both of these are swapped, with the newer one having it right under this room with the shoe, and then the original one having it right under the top tower where the room with the shoe's at. And getting that shoe, aka the glass slipper from Cinderella, is always a funny design when LEGO just puts it on this piece, because there's not really a way to illustrate a LEGO shoe since minifigures don't really wear shoes beyond prints, so it is what it is, still a funny detail. The original one did have a glass slipper, which was instead brick built. Who knows, maybe some people like that design better. And that original glass slipper was found in these crevices where you could remove the spire to find the secret. And the new one has a removable spire, this time revealing a 2x2 print of a Mickey Mouse animated cell kind of going on there, or a sketch. That's actually something that I believe will be available in the promo set. Speaking of which, the press release talks about a promo that leaked that I can't show here, that will probably be revealed later this day. I don't know why LEGO didn't put this in the press kit as the actual pictures, but it includes a movie screen and it holds pictures. And apparently it will be available from the 1st to 9th of July for purchases over $100 at LEGO Store and Shop at Home, at least for some select Disney purchases. This also reveals that magic wand in that silver color, which was used in a lot of the Disney 100 LEGO promotional material, and it seems to also include a build for Walt's iconic film camera. And then at the very top, we do have that top tower design. Again, you could see a lot more of the pearl gold this time around. And also just looking at the back, seeing how those fireworks pop out with a connection using that piece that was used with Island Extreme Stunts that I love seeing pop up. Also, the new 2023 castle has a flag at the very top, an aspect missing from the original one. I think the design of these tower tops is actually more interesting this time around. I don't really like the original one's use of studs at the very top. Instead, this one uses some cheese slopes, which I think works very well. So yeah, winner for the interior is the new one, if you ask me. It's just a lot more colorful, a lot more detailed with that gap of 7 years of new pieces and all. So with this one taking all the wins with the builds and the minifigures, what about the price? Honestly, I think both of these are $50 more expensive than they should be. This should be a $350 set. The original one should be a $300 set, especially when you see something like Ninjago City Markets, which is $370 and somehow manages to be a much more complete build than this set. Like, those are fully enclosed buildings, and if you think this set is detailed, that has like a billion more rooms and crevices. I don't know. So yeah, I don't think either of these sets are a winner for the price that are like $50 more than they should be. Yes, this is a slightly bigger, better version than the original one, but it does have a $50 increase, so yeah. Anyways, let me know what you think of the Disney castles. Which one do you like better, this new one or the old one? Personally, I think this new one's the better one. Subscribe here for more LEGO news and commentary, and I'll see you later. Peace out. Bye.